Hello, my love. All right. Good girl. It's better blocking my sun a bit. Thank you. Thank you. So, sorry, we're back back here at Chaos Farm. I'm just chatting to the horses. We're out with the horses today because it's such lovely weather. We've actually taken their coats off, so their rugs. We're just giving them a little bit of a breather. So as you can see from, I think the last time we came out here, the horses, they had such a big coat, and now you can see it's such silky soft. They are in the process of losing the coat. But you can see on Edie's nose, she's got a very slight kind of shimmery kind of coat coming. So all this shine is just that she's actually, the goodness is coming through her coat. You can also see there's all of this that's still to come out. So this is her winter coat coming out. And there's just loads of it. I mean, there's loads and loads and loads of it, and I'm barely even doing anything just to get this out. You can see she's kind of gone a bit tufty, so you can see there's some kind of summer coat here, and then as I brush it, where it's all coming out is the winter coat. And for me, that it's such a nice thing to see all this winter coat coming out. It feels like summer's actually here. Hello, Gidget. So we've also got Gidget here. Gidget's a little bit of a different kettle of fish. She's a moorland pony, so she has all this hair and all this, well, rotundness, shall we say. This she's a good doer, put it that way. So she hasn't got quite as much coat coming out as Edie because she's actually been without a rug all the winter, just because she is. Stop it. She wants to be on camera. Because she is a little bit thicker set. Oh, he doesn't want her having the attention. Because she's a bit thicker set, then she doesn't need the extra protection of a New Zealand rug, so a coat. So she's got plenty of blubber, is what I'm saying. She is probably on the fat side. She doesn't need to be quite this round, and where she is at the moment, she's probably a little bit too round for this time of year. So we are moving her into a different field so she can actually have some less grass, so she can actually lose some weight. So she's going to go on a diet. So I know we've talked previously about making sure the ponies don't have too much grass because they actually get fat and they can get laminitis. So here, I don't know if you can see it, I'm kind of going back to front. So in between my hands, this is a fat pouch. So ponies don't really want to have them. You can see there's another one here. She doesn't like me poking, sorry Gidgy. And she has another kind of on the top of her bum. So rather than her bum being nicely rounded, she's kind of got a bit of a peachy bum, if you like. She's just showing you it now. And she's got lots of hair actually, more than I realised. So she's got kind of this, good. This part here, it's a bit more of a divot in here when she doesn't have the fluff, and it comes up. So she's got a bit too much there. Also here, sorry Gidge, on this part of the bottom, it's kind of all the different fat pads within the body of a horse or pony. And the biggest one, hi Kitty, is this one up here. So this great big neck that she's got, all this, so I'm not pinching a little bit, I'm pinching like the whole hand. That is all, it's fat. So for a moorland pony, she does very well because obviously we're not on the moors, we're on the coast. So she is having every bit of grass that she has, immediately her body stores, because that's what her body should do, being that she's a moorland pony. But being that she's not on the moors, she doesn't need to. But her body doesn't actually work that out. It just thinks, got to keep it all, got to keep it all. So unfortunately, she's a little bit round. Hey, so diet time, Gidgy, yes, diet time. So we'll go over and see the others. So we've got eating hair. So we've got Edie here, which was obviously back behind us a moment ago. We've got Hector, who he's actually had his rug off for about 6 weeks now. Sorry, I'm eating pony hair. So there's just something that's just disappeared from the hedge down here. It's moved, whether it's a pheasant or a deer or what, I don't know, which has just caused all the horses to move. So Edie we just met a moment ago. And then we've got Doris, who Doris has still got a rug on. So she's still got a rug on. It's a very thin rug. Hey Dory. Hey Dory dude. Good girl. So she's got a very thin rug on. So it's literally is that kind of thickness. So it's very, very thin. And that's because she's a little bit older. She's now 21. Hello, my love. So she's now 21 and she just needs a bit more TLC. So this little girl here, a little lady, this is Foxy. So this is my girl, which is why she's come over to say hello, isn't it? She's had her rug off today. And as you can see, she's not quite as thin coated as Edie. She's got a little bit of fluff still here. She's got a few feathers, so those are these bits down here. But she is losing her coat very steadily. So we can come around here and you can see she should have, where this white is, she should be really clear defined kind of around this area. But as you can see, there's a lot of fluff here. So this is where she's actually losing her fluff. So you can see it's kind of a mix of her brown and white. She should be very clear defined, or clearly defined, I should say. But she's not, but it's a little bit crispy, her coat, because I think she's been having a mutual groom. So I can tell that because if I just very gently brush that bit, this here is kind of hard. So this is probably where she's had one of the other horses nibbling her and chewing her. I think she's going to mutual groom Alex now, our cameraman. So she's liking the fact that I'm giving her an itch, and she's just getting her nibbles just very gently on Alex. So she's getting her top lip and just wobbling her top lip because she's enjoying what I'm doing. And she's just trying to say to Alex, you do more, you do more. So if I can get her doing it again. So with horses, they like to mutual groom. So you might be able to see her nose is just starting to wobble. And what they do is they mutual groom. There she goes. They mutual groom when they really enjoy something because they're saying, do it more, do it more. And unlike us, Fox, you do it with my hand? Unlike us, the harder they bite, the more they're enjoying it. Whereas when they bite other horses, it doesn't hurt. Whereas they bite us, it does. So, you've had enough, have you? Not going to do it now? Hey, good girl. But Flora and her were definitely mutual grooming each other earlier when we first took the rugs off this morning, first thing, and they were loving it. And as you can see, she's quite enjoying it now because she's kind of twisting her head a little bit and saying, oh, it's good. And it's like one of those, ooh, it's like one of those scratches that you just, or one of those itches that you just can't scratch. And that's what it's like, I would imagine it's like for her to lose her coat. Oh, here we go. I'm determined to get her mutual grooming now so you can see it. Hey, Fox. Not going to do it. No. Not going to do it. Good girl. So, it doesn't always work. However, Gidget is now mutual grooming. Well, grooming. Doesn't know about mutual grooming. Grooming Alex and just trying to sniff what's in his bag and just have a general nose, I think, really. And this is the thing with ponies, they are very, very nosy. Hey, Gidge? You're nosy Parker, aren't you? So what we'll do is we'll come up this side and I can show you the rugs. It's usually quite a good idea and you can see how big and heavy they are. Oh, here's Hector. Hector's now coming around. Hector actually, this morning he was eating gorse and he's scratched the inside of his nose and he's actually given himself a nosebleed. And we've got Doris over here who's having a roll. So she's having a really good itch. So what they do is they itch. If they can't, oh, there we go. If they can't actually get to the scratchy, itchy part, they'll always have a roll. And they're now all going to join their friends and leave all their hair behind. So look at that view. They've got one of the best views. And Fox is going to have a roll as well. Not a very big roll, just a little one. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at the rugs. So these are the rugs. If I get this one off. So this is Flora's rug. And when it's on her, it doesn't actually look that big. But when it's on the ground, it is quite a size. So we've got, this is the chest part. So it goes kind of underneath her neck. And it does that with a buckle here. I can tell you this is, I think she's about 7 foot. Yeah, she's 7 foot exactly. So it's 215 centimetres or 7 foot rug. And that means from the point of her chest to the base of her tail. So right from here all the way back to this point here. Although I don't know that is quite 7 foot, but it says it is. This part is her neck. So because we're obviously out right, and you can see right on the Cornish coast, it does get really quite windy, and the wind comes literally, or the weather comes right off the sea, and it hits us up here on the hill. So because Flora is slightly finer coated, she's got a thinner hair, then we give her a neck strap. So it's kind of like a scarf, if you like. So this is like her scarf. This comes back to her withers, so it's like this part of your neck, all the way back through to her bottom. And then so that her bum doesn't get cold, and it sounds a bit daft, we've actually got this tail flap. So rather than it just kind of finishing here, it's like a long sleeve shirt really in the winter, just to keep your bottom warm. She then has, if I can get them both, these two straps. So these two, they cross over. So when they're on the horse, I don't know if I can do this now, they actually cross over. So this side attaches to this bit, so it goes between her legs, and then that does the same on the other side. So effectively it kind of goes between her legs, so that no matter what the wind, I do some random things on this place, don't I? So you can see no matter what the wind does, it's always going to stay by her legs. So obviously I'm back to front, but the wind could blow it out this way, but it's always going to just stay because it's going to attach to her legs. And then these two straps here go underneath her belly. So again, like the back straps or the back leg straps, they twist underneath her legs. These actually go underneath her belly. So you can see there's a clip here and they cross over. So the front one here comes diagonally towards her back legs and attaches underneath like that, and then this one comes across and attaches to the front. So effectively what we've got is again a cross. So it crosses under her tummy, which it does exactly the same thing as the back legs, but it goes under her tummy. So if the wind blows this way, it's only ever going to blow it to a certain point because it's going to stop on her tummy, just the same as this will do the same. So no matter which way the wind blows, the rug probably has maybe a 3-inch or kind of 5 centimetre movement with it sideways. So it's only ever going to kind of flap a little bit, which just gives them a bit of air within the rug really. So if I show you the inside, this is where they actually, I always get surprised. They always look bigger than you think. Or maybe it's smaller than you think, I'm not sure. So this, believe it or not, is where pretty much the horse goes. So you can see, this is quite good, you can see where the body actually, where it touches the body. So here, you can see there's this kind of darkness. So this is right in the middle of her back. This part here is where the back goes. I can see this is her withers here. So this is like the top part of her neck and down her shoulders, but there's obviously more movement because it's tight across her chest and her shoulders. And then it comes down towards her front legs, and you can see it turns purple again. I think it should do the same on this side. Yeah, so obviously where it's creased is where it's just kind of creasing on the rug, just where it doesn't quite fit as well. And it comes down, this is her shoulder, and then this is down towards her front leg. And this part is her chest again. So you can see right the way along, this is where it comes under her belly, obviously her leg. Her belly is here. This is kind of the start of her back leg. And then where it's a little bit dirtier, it's a bit muddier, that's actually where it goes onto her back leg. And then all of this is basically the main bulk of her body. So good boy, Boris. Perfect timing. So where you can see the darker colour is basically along this part of the body. So along here, where it's the purple, the rug is coming down and there's more movement, so it doesn't actually stay so much. And obviously the back end as well with the purple. And then this tail strap, or tail flap, so rather than the rug finishing here, it actually just goes over and just keeps her bottom warm, really. Good boy. Good boy. And then the straps, so the front one, belly straps, the front one on this side comes across and does up on this side at the back. And then the back on this side comes across and does up on the front about here. And then the legs, obviously, I'm not going to show you with Boris. He's got little bits. Then it actually kind of just makes a cross between, so it acts like an anchor, if you like. Right, Boo, off the rug. Off jump. Good boy. So within this, I can show you here perfectly because there's a rip. So down to this point, there is just literally this, the canvas, and this ripstop nylon, although as you can see it's ripped here, and you can see it's literally, that is the back of this. So it's just one layer. On this bit here, I don't know if I can show you, yes I can. So on this, that is a double layer, so it's quite thin, whereas on this part, that's a double layer. So you can see the thickness of them. So this has got extra padding. It's like wearing like a jumper as well as a t-shirt and a coat, whereas this is just like wearing a coat without a t-shirt. So it's a lot warmer, and obviously that warmth is on the main part of the body to make sure that she stays nice and warm. And it's indicated all the way along here. So this top side is a lot warmer than this bottom side. As you can see, the rugs are a little bit dirty now. So what we'll be doing is we'll be making sure that we've got rid of all the cold, wet weather, and then we'll be sending them off to be washed, reproofed and repaired anywhere that needs it. So the repairs usually take into account things like this. So Foxy's actually ripped her rug, and you can see with Foxy's rug, just like with Flora's, so this white, or kind of dirty white now, that's the actual padding, rather than just having that ripstop nylon and the canvas. So it's the difference between those two layers, or having the three kind of much thicker, warmer layers. So this is one that obviously needs a good clean, and obviously needs a repair. So when we send them away to be repaired, this will all be stitched up, so it's fully waterproof. There's not going to be any kind of any gaps, any gaping, any areas that any drafts could go in, because if this gets wet here, it can actually seep right the way through the rug, and on that part of the body it will go through this. So ripstop nylon is not waterproof, no matter, even if you reproof it, so re-waterproof it, it still isn't waterproof. So if this stuff got wet, it would actually go right the way through to the skin, or the hair on the body of the horse. So it would potentially cause sores, it would cause them to be very cold, it could cause them to get a chill, a whole number of other different things as well. They may get a cold back, they may get very sensitive. It's just generally not very nice. It's like us wearing wet socks and boots for a whole day. It just feels nasty, and can cause you blisters and all sorts. So that's why every year we get them washed, reproofed and repaired, because it is really, really important, as well as it kind of being safer for the horse, really, because if there's all this lolloping around, potentially if it's around kind of the belly area, they can get their feet stuck in it. This is up right by Foxy's bottom, so there's no risk of that, but it's just for safety, really, and for kind of health of the rug. It makes them last longer. So let's just check in with these guys out here again. And as you can see, they're all very much relaxed now, just watching what we're doing, apart from Gidget, who's in the water trough. But on a day like today, I don't think you can get any better place. So there we go. So I think we're probably kind of coming up for time. What I will do is just leave you with this view for a few minutes so you can just kind of appreciate it really.